Hi, this is Phil from Juggle Hut. In this video I'm going to show you a few different ways to build speed with your Diabolo using a loop concept. So that's wrapping your string to make a loop around the axle. Now before you start, if you have a bearing Diabolo, it's really easy to get this loop effect. If you're using a fixed axle Diabolo, you can still get the same effect. You've just got to be really careful with your technique, because if the loop gets too tight or your string gets too dirty, you're going to end up finding that the Diabolo is going to get tangled quite a lot. So you can still get the same effect though, so don't give up trying. But basically what we want to do is get it spinning, and as soon as you're spinning like that, what we're going to do is I'm going to use my right hand to put a loop around the axle like that. Now I'll show you that loop again. So I kind of lift my Diabolo up and come on the inside of my other string, so that's where my loop is on, and you'll see there. Now I've got a right wrap, you can tell because the string is closer to me on the right hand side. So I'm going to unwrap my right hand there. So I go over the top like that to go on, and then I unwrap it like this. And you'll see if I have a left wrap, the string is closest to me on the left hand side. But, so always just try and get a right wrap. If you're right handed and you tap with your right hand, the first step is just kind of tap up and down like that, and it gives it a drawstring effect on the Diabolo, which builds your speed really fast. And then I unwrap it when I want to start doing my tricks. So that's your first step. And if you are using a fixed axle Diabolo, just be really careful to keep that loop nice and loose. So be really kind of loose with your left hand there when you tap, because if that loop gets too tight, like I said, you'll notice it getting tangled up to your stick here. The second way to build speed with that loop is you're giving it a little push and a pull like that, and trying to get a nice circle shape happening. So when it's out to my right hand side, I push down and then I pull back with my right hand. So I push down my right hand, pull up with my right hand. And you'll notice as I pull up with my right hand, I draw my left hand out. Now that one will take a fair bit of practice, but it is very good at building your speed. So it's very worth learning. Try and keep it as straight as you can. So push it on a straight line there when you're following through, and then unloop it before you go to do your tricks. Now your third way of building speed is this way. Now this one is a little bit tricky, but it's the most efficient to build speed. So you pop your loop on, and then you try and keep your right hand fairly close to the Diabolo. You can see the Diabolo is close to the stick there. I'm going to pull it up and push it down, pull up and push down. You'll notice as I pull up on my right hand, my left hand comes down, and then the opposite. So when my right hand comes up, left hand goes down, and then when my right hand goes down, left hand comes up. And just practice slow. It's really hard to keep this one straight, but keep at it, and then you can get it kind of out to the side, nice and short, and then unloop it when you're ready to do your tricks. That will build you lots and lots of speed.